During World War II, Andree de Jongh helped 700 soldiers get to safety and back to their families in Eastern Europe, putting her life on the line every single trip. She's one of the unsung heroes of World War II. Andree de Jongh was born on November 30th, 1916. She was born in the town of Schreier, Belgium. Schreier was still under German occupation when Andree was born. Due to the fact that she was born in the middle of the World War, life was very different growing up for Andree. When she was young, she was inspired by Edith Cavell. Edith was a Red Cross nurse, and she loved to help people. Sadly, she was killed by Germans the year before Andree was born. She assisted about 200 soldiers that were trying to leave Belgium to get away from the war and to safety in the Netherlands. The Netherlands were neutral all of World War I, so it was their best option for escaping Belgium. Even though Edith got all those soldiers safe, she didn't exempt herself from harm. She was executed by German soldiers in October of 1915. The story of Edith Cavell was first told to Andree by her father, Frederick de Jongh. He was a school teacher in Brussels, Belgium. He was a big influence for Andree to make a change. He always wanted to help people and ensure their well-being. Frederic used to call her Le Petit Cyclone, which translates from French to the little tornado. She had so much energy and a lust for life as a child that the nickname fit perfectly. Even from the start, Andree cared a lot about other people, just like Edith Cavell, just like her father, and just like Andree would grow up to do. When Andree was 24, she was working as a commercial artist in Malmedy. This was around the time that the Belgian army surrendered to the Nazis on May 10th in 1940. When the surrender happened, she immediately left her job and moved to Brussels to become a nurse. She got many patients, some of them were British servicemen. She helped send letters back home, ensuring that they were safe through the Red Cross. Slowly, Andree started to organize a group of people and try and get these men back to safety and back home. She wanted to follow a similar way of going about it as Edith did. There was a problem, though, that being that the Netherlands were no longer neutral. Instead, Andree, with help from her father, had to organize a series of safe houses around Brussels where the soldiers could wait before getting escorted on a dangerous path out of the country. Lots of people wanted to help her with her mission, despite the fact that if they got caught, they would face the death penalty. Her first escape group was made up of 11 men. They traveled on foot through occupied France to Spain. At the time, Spain was neutral but still pro-Nazi. They were arrested at the border by Spanish troops, and only 2 of them made it to safety in England. Andree was not happy about this outcome, so she decided that it would be better if she led the next escape group. The group that she led consisted of 2 Belgian soldiers and 1 Scottish man. They made it all the way to the British consul in Bilbao. This was a huge achievement of what would soon become the Common Line. This major success made it so Andree was able to convince the British government to help the Common Line by backing them with logistical and financial help. The Common Line did not stop there, though. Andree went on to do much more for them in the future. Andree led a lot of groups of soldiers to safety in Spain and England. Unfortunately, in 1944, while she was leading 3 RAF men, she was caught and arrested in France. She went on to be interrogated by the Gestapo and the Abwehr. They did not believe that she had started the Common Line and thought that she was lying to them. That was all her idea. They then sent her to a notorious women's concentration camp called Ravensbrück. She miraculously survived, and she was liberated and sent home in April of 1945. Right before Andree was arrested, her father, who had been working for the Common Line, was betrayed and arrested and shot and killed in June of 1943. Andree's organization that she started in 1941 managed to save about 800 soldiers and get them to safety. She was awarded the George Medal, the Medal of Freedom, honorary commission in the Belgian Army, and was made Countess of Belgium. Even after the war, she kept helping people by becoming a nurse of leprosy in the Belgian Congo and Ethiopia. Andree died on October 13th of 2007 in Brussels. I picked Andree because I had never heard of escape lines and how they operated in World War II. I found it very inspiring that even though Andree was not Jewish or a target for the Nazis, she put herself into danger just to help others. She didn't sit back and watch the war unfold. She stood up for what was right. Even after she won lots of awards, she never stopped making a difference. Despite the challenges she faced, Andree pushed through and continues to inspire, and that is what it means to be a true change maker.